Good morning to all the AJ scientists out there. This is the introduction to our new energy unit. So this is right after we did the roller coasters. And what we're going to be looking at is where does energy come from and where does it go? First of all, though, as I mentioned, this is after the roller coaster unit. So if you are still working on some of those activities, finish those first. Go back and get all those activities done, because the information you're learning there, we're going to use it in this next unit. So make sure you've learned those first, especially the parts about potential energy and kinetic energy, and how those two forms of energy relate to each other. That's going to be really important in this next unit. Okay? And also on the roller coaster unit, I just want to say what a great job you guys did in creating your roller coaster models. I love seeing all of your pictures, and the videos were fantastic. You guys are so creative. I can't wait to see what you guys do next. Fantastic job. So let's get started. Our energy unit here. Where does energy come from and where does it go? Now, just like the last unit, you learned about kinetic and potential energy, and you applied that to a roller coaster. We're going to learn about how energy can change from one type of energy to a different type of energy. And we're going to apply that to something called a Rube Goldberg machine. Okay, you might be familiar with that from a previous class, but let me show you some examples. So here we go. Rube Goldberg examples. First of all, Rube Goldberg was a cartoonist, and he drew cartoons like the one over here, where he drew machines that were very complicated in that they had many steps, not that they were hard to make, but they had many steps to them to do a very simple task. So that's what your goal is to make a device that does a simple task, but with several steps. In this case, we're going to ask you to have 3 or more steps in it. And as you can see, Rube Goldberg machines can look very different, and you can use many different things to make them. So this allows you to be very creative in what you do. So we're going to talk more about this as we go along, but I just want you to kind of have an idea in your mind of what you're going to be doing at the end of this project, at the end of this unit here. Okay? So Rube Goldberg examples. Don't worry about it if you've never done them before. We're going to give you lots of help, a lot of examples here. As you can see, anywhere from drawing a picture of it to making something. Whatever makes it most fun for you. Choose that option. Okay? Alright, so let's go to day 1. The lessons in this unit are set up like we would do in a lab at school. So oftentimes we start a lab by looking at a discrepant event or a demonstration, and we start making observations about it. So for day 1, April 20th, your job is to watch this YouTube video over here about a Rube Goldberg machine. And I ask you to watch it several times so that you can start thinking about what are several things you observe, what are some questions you have about how it works, and what does this make you think about as you're watching it. Okay? So when you have observations like what you see happening, what questions you have, and what does it make you think about, you are then ready to go to this observation form here. Click on that, type in your name, period, and then I have those questions about what did you observe. That right there is what you'll see in Skyward the next day. So make sure you get this observation form filled out. All of the forms that you see in this unit will end up in Skyward the next day, so you can keep track of your progress. Okay, so make sure you don't skip on one of those. It'll help you to see how everything progresses in order. All right, so that's day 1. All right, I'll make another video here about day 2 in just a minute. See you guys later. Bye-bye.